Hey guys, what's good? Mike here, Laker Talk. So let's talk about the center position and one of the biggest needs for the Lakers and look at some options there and where we could potentially go in free agent. Now, this is all about brainstorming, right? So I'm gonna throw out some ideas and talk about some realistic options for the Lakers. Now, as we all know, we need a center, okay? Anybody besides Roy Hibbert will be an upgrade, okay? Now, the league is moving towards the three-point game, okay? I didn't actually believe this, but it is true. A lot of the teams are moving towards the three-point game. Teams are now counting by 3 instead of 2. So back in the day, we had Shaq. Shaq would score 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Now you got Golden State Warriors, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, right? They're blowing out teams shooting the same amount of shots. And other teams are picking up on this and realizing that's the game. And if they don't adjust to that, they're losing to this type of game that we see in Golden State Warriors. Obviously, Golden State Warriors they play that game, but they have the best shooters ever, right? And Clay and Steph. So I could see the league moving towards that. In that mindset, we don't need a dominant center because we throw out Boogie Cousins. We throw out big time centers. Now the question is, do you pay, if you throw out some big names, let's think of Hassan Whiteside, right? I think the Lakers could potentially offer him, $21 million a year because that's his starting point at a max. But listen, now we put all our money into, we put a big chunk of our money into Hassan Whiteside, and he can't give us that. We can't count on him offensively to propel our team in a sense when the team is moving towards the three-point shot, right? And we have a lot of those players who are capable and ready and prime position for that type of game in D'Angelo Russell, Brandon Ingram, Clarkson, etc. Now, Hassan Whiteside, I don't think that's a realistic option because I think he's going to stay in Miami. They might offer him $20 million a year. I think he's going to stay in Miami, in my opinion. Boogie Cousins. If we trade for Boogie Cousins, Kings are not going to give him up for cheap. Okay, they're not going to let him walk away when his contract is up. I think in 2018. If they do trade him, they're going to want a lot in return. And then if we do get a Boogie Cousins, now we're going to have to pay him $30 million a year when his contract is up and offer him a max to keep him. Do you trust in your franchise to build around a center in Boogie Cousins, he's one of the best centers in the game? He has a great offensive game, but he doesn't have good defense, in my opinion. And do you tie up $30 million to him and not be able to sign these other guys when the game is moving towards the three-point game? I don't know. And I don't trust, I'm not giving up my franchise to Boogie Cousins. What has he done in Sacramento? Has he gotten them to the playoffs? Has he gotten them deeper into the playoffs? No. So why, as good as he is, I can do without him. So my thinking is this, the fact that we got these prime shooters, D'Angelo Russell has one of the best shots for a rookie, right? He's got a sweet jumper, and it's only going to get better. Ingram can shoot the 3 ball, okay? Again, the game is moving towards that type of game, okay? Jordan Clarkson's picking up his 3-point shot, okay? I think we go with the center that doesn't command the ball, that can play within our system, that doesn't need the ball, or will complain if he doesn't get the ball. So you got like a Timothy Mozgov. Now, I like Timothy Mozgov because he's 29 years old. He could be breaking down as big as he is. He's like a 7'1" guy. Big, tall, takes up a lot of space, has a really nice game down low, okay? I think Timothy Mozgov can come for cheap. I think we could pull him for like $7-8 million a year on like a 3-year deal. So that's my thinking. So I like a Timothy Mozgov type of guy, right? Now, he's the type of guy who can shoot free throws, who can, when he's in the game, he can really clear some space down low, right? And he's a good passer. He has really good skills for that type of player. And he's not going to command the ball. He can play without the ball. He can pass out to our shooters, etc. Right? So I like his game. I like an Ezelie. Ezelie's restricted for Golden State Warriors, but I think we could bump him up to like $7 million a year because he's making around $2 million a year now. So I think $7 million a year, like a 3-year contract, something like that, $8 million a year, he would be great. And also he can't, as we've seen in the playoffs, he can't shoot free throws. But I think that's because he doesn't play a lot. I think when you look at his shot, he actually has a really nice shot. It's just that he hasn't played enough and found a rhythm. I think he's about a 70% free throw shooter. I don't think he's terrible. So I think when he plays and he starts and he gets a lot more minutes, he's going to bump up his percentage in terms of free throw shooting. And he's great defensively, and he can finish at the rim, and he doesn't command the ball all the time, right? So we love that. Pau Gasol would make a great center for us, but he has a player option. I don't know if he's going to opt out, but I think he wants to go to a championship team, you know. But Pau Gasol, man, at a 2-year deal right now, like a 2-year deal at $12 million a year or something, would be one of the best type of players for our team. A guy who can put up 15 and 15, right? He's one of the most skilled big guys, and he can pass and teach our young guys how to play and how to be champions. I mean, that would be ideal. Outside of that, you got Maurice Speights, who is a unrestricted free agent, but I don't like Maurice Speights that much because I don't think he's that mobile defensively. Yes, he has a good shot. He's a stretch big. He can shoot from the outside, but defensively, I would look at him, you know, on a 2-year deal. I wouldn't be so against that idea. Like Maurice Speights on a 2-year deal, I'm not mad at that. Okay, defensively, he is what he is, but I think starting position, he might be okay for us. You know, again, we got our guys. We got Randall. We got D'Angelo Russell. We got Clarkson. We're going to have Brandon Ingram, guys who are going to take up most of the offense. So guys like Maurice Speights is not so bad. So again, Dwight Howard name got thrown in when we were talking on Twitter last night. And I like Dwight Howard, but he screwed us so bad. I mean, we're not even going to go there, okay? I have some thoughts about Dwight Howard, but no, I'm leaving him behind. He screwed us back. We gave him a max contract, and he basically took $35 million less to play for Houston, which now he regrets, and he just basically peed on our franchise, basically. He just spit on our franchise. So we're going to leave Dwight Howard alone. But I think Timothy Mozgov type of player, he's going to come cheap again. These are players who we're not going to build our franchise around. Ezelie, I think he's a great option for a 3-year deal. Speights, I'll offer Speights a 2-year deal. You know, I'll talk to Pau Gasol, man. I'll call his agent and talk to him. You know, and those type of players. Yes, somebody throw out Noah. Noah's great, but I would give him $12 million a year, like a 2-year deal. Noah would be a great defensive center for us. You know, I'll throw his name out. So those are our options. But again, I'm thinking the not so big names at center, and then we build around and we try to, you know, strategize or plan our game around the 3-point shot. Okay, because that's where the game is going, and I think that's the type of team. That's our outlook. So the Boogie Cousins, also the Hassan Whitesides. Though Hassan Whiteside is the perfect center, but he's going to come at a high price. That's the only downfall about Hassan Whiteside, is that he is the perfect center. He'll put up 20 and 20, but he's not going to get mad if he doesn't get the ball. But I think he stays in Miami, in my opinion. And Boogie Cousins, I don't know if I'm going to build my franchise around a Boogie. All right? So that's my thoughts. Timothy, Ezelie, Speights, Noah, Pau Gasol, those type of centers. All right? And then we got Sakura at $900K a year. He's on his last contract. We can just keep him as a number 15 player. So, like, if, you know, our guys get in foul trouble, put him in for 2 minutes, and then he can pull him out. And we got Tariq Black. But Tariq Black's a tweener, but he's more of a power forward, you know. So I think he plays with Larry Nance Jr. at the power forward spot. So that's my thoughts. Hit me up in the comments below. Let me know your thoughts about what we can do at center position. And follow me on Twitter, guys, at Mike Sports LA. Thanks for commenting, liking, and subscribing. We'll talk soon, guys. Peace.